My name is Carlos Martinez. I'm the CEO of Athena Workflow, and welcome to another Wednesday meeting. We are in December, so we are in the process of conducting tax planning. Again, Athena Workflow, which I'm going to share a screen now, has a specific module that deals with statement control. And what that does, let me share real quick. What that does is it basically provides the accountant the ability to go to this specific module. So this is the client, in this case, Patron Marketing, and the module is called Statement Control. And as you can see, this will make your job a lot easier. Why? Because you can basically list all the bank accounts, you can list all the credit cards or the lines of credits. And from there, you can monitor by month if you have them. And if you do have them, you put a little check mark. And what this does, it provides the ability for the accountant to know that he or she has a whole year worth of bank statements and credit cards. And from there, they can finish the accounting, do the review, prepare financial statements, and then sit with the client and start the tax planning process before year end. So this is a great asset, and I wanted to point it out. Today I am with Antonio Prado, and Antonio and I have been working together the last couple of months in order for us to help accountants provide the best value to their clients possible. So this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to put as much as we can into Athena Workflow so the accountants have as many tools available to them without having to go anyplace else. Having said that, let's go back to tax planning. Like we say in accounting, after December, it's too late to do any type of planning. The planning is done prior to year end. Point number one, and we as accountants know that. Point number two is the fact that if we don't have all that information, we're not going to be able to present accurate and complete financial statements so we can find a solution on how to mitigate tax liability. Point number three, it is very important for us as accountants to let our clients know that they need to pay estimated taxes before year end or by January, but they need to basically pay at least 75% of what they paid last year if they know they're going to have around the same income. All right, so having said that, when we look at tax planning during the month of December, I like to take a holistic look, not just at the corporation, but at the individuals that own the corporation, and make sure that they are looking at the whole picture, personal, financial, and that they have all the necessary vehicles in order for them to secure their future in the sense of maintaining their assets. And with that, Antonio, I'm gonna basically stop right here and we can have a conversation and you can take it from here.
Thank you, Carlos.
You're welcome.
When we talk to our clients, obviously, they all have a reason to do what they're doing. And the main purpose is to actually help them put into perspective their personal purpose and their business and find out if they're both in alignment. And that's when we can come in and actually show them what they need to do to grow their business, to make sure that the business serves their personal purpose. And tax efficiency planning has to do to updating all programs available for the business owner to take advantage of benefits towards the company, himself, and his employees. We all know that there's two types of tax deductions: expenses and benefits. Benefits being 401k, group benefits, dental, vision, life, executive bonus planning, and pension plans, to give you a few examples. But the truth is that most business owners do not take advantage of the system to take deductions on the benefit sides. And they don't really have a strategy to convert business profits into personal wealth in a tax advantage way, whereby they just reinvest all their money back into the business and they just keep growing the pig to the point that everything they have is taxable at the end of the day. The tax planning has to take place between October 15 and December 15, so we can have enough time to take any measures that we need to do before year end and help that business owners not only have a strategy at a major tax deduction, but bring an actual benefit to that business owner. So the whole idea is for us to properly guide our clients in that area and have them become aware of what the things they should be doing towards the end of the year. As Carlos just mentioned, they got to send a check by December 31st and they haven't done any planning to benefit themselves or the employees in any way possible. So our whole idea is to create awareness, bring additional revenue to the firm, and actually bring added value to our clients.
And that's a great point. That's a great point, Antonio. And I think this is the time where the client basically knows that they're gonna go another year into business, and this is when some of them basically know that this will be the last year in business because they want to get out of the rat race. They want to make sure that they want to give the business to their siblings, or they sell their assets to another associate, or sell the business entirely, but they're not ready because they haven't done any business valuations. They don't know what their business is worth. And although they have been living a style of life based on what the business is providing them economically, they are not ready to keep on having the same style of life in perpetuity, per se. If they sell the business, they're going to have the style of life for 5-6 years, but after that, the money is gone. On top of that, the money is taxable. So our clients that are ready to make decisions on getting out of the business via the previous mentioned selling or handing the business down, they need to have a plan. And that plan includes taxable, non-taxable income. That plan includes business valuations. That plan includes what percentage of shares I'm going to keep if I sell the business. What is the transition plan? How much time am I going to stay in the business for the new owner to become acquainted with the business? Because it is impossible and non-realistic for a business owner to sell the business, turn in the keys and leave. There has to be a transition in order for the business to have a successful transition and be profitable. Make sense?
Most definitely, Carlos. And that's one of the things that we're going to help our business owners, our clients, bring into perspective. Where do they stand as a harvesting or exit strategy is concerned? Okay, one of the things that I want to share with our group is that I became certified as an exit planning advisor this year, and I learned that 75% of business owners will want to exit their business within the next 10 years, and 46% will want to exit their business within the next 5 years, and 98% of business owners had never valued their business. So just think about this. A lot of them will say, my business is my retirement. This is my golden egg basket. Yet, I don't know the value. I never valued my business. So I don't even know if it's going to be enough to be able to maintain my standard of living once I leave, assuming they turn in the key the next day, which is never going to happen. But those are the things that we need to put our clients into perspective, because it's a huge transaction, which they never done before. And it's something that it's kind of scary if you think about it, because during your lifetime, you bought a few cars, you bought a few houses, but selling your business, your baby, your livelihood, what you have worked on for the last 10, 20, 30 years, it's a scary transaction. And this is the part that we need to help them put together a strategy, a plan to make sure that the harvesting of this business is done to their maximum value and to their maximum benefit.
You're right. You're completely right. And when we talk about business valuation, it's not just the point of finding out what the business is worth at that specific time, because this is a dynamic asset. This asset it's like a stock that you will buy, because it goes up and down every single day. every single month, every single year, depending on external factors. And the whole point here is that as a business owners, they need to surround themselves with the right individuals, for those individuals to basically make sure that the business is growing. It's not just how much is my business worth today. The question is, if I'm about to retire, if I want to retire in 5 years, what can I do to double or triple the value of my asset from now until then? So this is very important, this is very important specifically for the dental community, for the dentist, because when we talk to our clients, the dentist, that is their biggest asset. They might have a home, they might have a second home, but basically the income producing asset is their business. And as the dentists grow older, their technology, their ability to deal with technology goes down, okay?
And their physical ability.
Yes, and I was going to say that their physical ability goes down, and this is the most important time for them to realize that they need to take care of that asset, and most likely they cannot do it themselves. So again, it's not just doing the business valuation, it's not just knowing I want to retire in 5 years, is how can I double or triple the value of my asset so I can keep on having the same lifestyle that I have right now with my income producing property, and without having to pay more taxes in the future from the income that they're receiving. So I think one more time, we are advising our fellow accountants and the dental community and the small business owners that they need to surround themselves with the right group of individuals. This is not just a one-time thing, in the meaning of let's have a plan today. This is an ongoing process. They need an advisor month in, month out, meet with them at least every quarter in order for them to reach their goal.
Agree, Carlos. And more than that, talking about the team that you're mentioning, most business owners only have one trusted advisor in most cases, which is their CPA, their accountant. But a team is a lawyer, a financial advisor, the CPA, the growth coach, and the banker. All these different components that need to be working together to help you bring the value of your business in the next 5-10 years. And they all need to be in communication. They all need to be working in the sense of under one goal, which is help you achieve that vision. But they all need to be communicating, because most people have the team or one or two advisors, but they don't know each other and they have never talked to each other, and therefore they don't know what you are trying to accomplish and how they can do together a better job to make you more efficient, let's say that way.
Yes, you're totally correct. In one of the white papers that we were analyzing the other days, it came to the light, it came to the conclusion that when a business owner thinks that their accountant is the one that knows everything about their business, or that their wife is the one that knows everything about their business. And that's a misconception. Your accountant is not going to help you grow your business. You need somebody that sits with you every single month, every single quarter, and look at the KPIs. And they need to look at certain metrics and say, how do I compare to the industry? Number one, and where do I stand, and what do I need to do in order to get there and then surpass? And that translation is basically, how do I become more efficient and more profitable? That is it. And at the same time, how can I start segregating benefits? Like you mentioned, let's forget about expenses. Let's start thinking about benefits. How can I keep the best employees? How can I make sure that I have a golden parachute? How can I make sure that once I invest in me, in my team, the ones that make the business go every day, I'm still profitable, I'm still efficient, and I have a plan for an exit strategy. And that's what we're trying to convey. It's not just your accountant, it's not just your wife, It's not just the person that works with you every day. It's about having somebody else that concentrates on looking at these metrics and finding solutions for the type of business you're in, the type of industry you're in, and then making sure that these metrics are surpassed.
Yes, and to put it in practical terms, Carlos, going back to one of your clients that does very well and have a great lifestyle, when I asked him what was his retirement age, he mentioned 65. And what's your expected income at that time? He said $20,000 a month. I said, okay, 20,000 times 12 is $240,000 a year. Life expectancy is 25 years because until the age 90. So when you multiply 240,000 times 25, it becomes $6 million. And of course, you can't forget about Uncle Sam, our partner.
Right.
So it's a 30% add to the 6 million, it runs around $8 million. And when you ask that person, how much of that 8 million do you already have set aside? And they look at you like you're asking something non-related. As, yeah, how much of this you already have saved? And they say zero. And that's when they realize that they just producing to maintain a nice standard of living, but they're not building anything. They're not building wealth. And it's about teaching them how to build wealth and focus on creating wealth more than focus them on creating expenses and buying new cars and properties, whereby they think that's the best tax deduction there is, when they know they have to face the music sooner or later. And teaching them about tax mitigation, which will be another conversation that we have, is the best way to do this. Is teaching the owner the basic rules of tax mitigation, the decisions they need to make in regards to their taxes, so they can actually take action and go attack this issue, which they avoid by putting the earnings back into the company because they don't want to pay taxes, when they know they don't even figure out that eventually they're going to have to pay taxes.
They just postpone the inevitable.
Correct.
Right.
And it's becoming bigger and bigger, and our country, it can't hold it anymore. And, anybody you ask from a third grader up, they will answer, our taxes will go up in the next few years.
Oh, definitely.
So it's about you facing it. You want to pay taxes now when they're low, or you want to just delay this and pay taxes when they're high down the line, and you obviously your asset is a lot bigger. So these are all the things that we need to put our clients in perspective, so we can properly guide them to reaching their actual vision of themselves after they leave the company.
Great, and thank you for your time, Antonio. So basically, to conclude, we understand that there is no cookie cutter method. Not everything fits every single client. This is a conversation that needs to happen individually. Every person has different desires, has different goals, has different challenges, and every person needs to basically make a plan and an exit strategy for them and for the business. So I believe that's where we at. It has to happen one-on-one, and they need a trusted advisor that can basically guide them. It's not just, these are your numbers and this is this year. This is a 5-10 year plan at the end of the day. It's an investment.
For sure. That's what we need to come in, take them by the hand and show them the things that they're not even aware of.
Thank you. All right, man. So thank you for your time. And I guess we'll be talking soon. I keep on doing tax planning. This is the month. You have a beautiful day, brother.
Thank you. Have a nice day. Thank you for the invitation.